I'm Matt Bishart with REIT.com, and I'm joined by Ted Rollins, co-chairman and CEO of Campus Crest Communities. So Ted, the multifamily sector has enjoyed some very strong fundamentals, and your sector, the student housing market, is also seeing some very positive fundamentals in its favor. How are you seeing things looking for the rest of this year?
I think they're looking positive for our sector this year. You know, we have enjoyed tremendous growth in the sector, and the reason is several. Number one, there's a higher percentage of kids graduating from high school, and of those graduates, there's a higher percentage electing to go to full-time to college, which requires housing. We have an average stay that's lengthened out in our industry, so you see it. In the old days, 4 years of college was kind of the paradigm. It's slipping up to 5 and 6 years now. And then you also have a high enrollment increase with foreign students. So there's a lot of foreign enrollment visas as we've seen the market grow. And that's over and above just the general demographic trend of the baby boomers kids, which the echo boomers. So we've seen them really, kind of taper off a little bit, but still the market has a long way to catch up, and it continues to grow.
Now, Ted, I'd like to try to get some perspective on the student housing market overall. How big is it currently, and what's the percentage of what's provided by educational institutions versus that which is provided by companies like Campus Crest? And how quickly and how big do you think that shift might happen?
Well, I mean, if you think broadly speaking of 17 million kids going to college, and roughly 25 to 30% of those being able to be housed on campus, and the growth rate over the past 9 years has been 9% in aggregate. So it's a meaningful number when you put it together. I would tell you that growth trend's continuing, and so our sector, or our public sector, which is 3 companies, ourselves and EDR and ACC. We have a small fraction of that market, and so for us I think it's about going into those markets and still continuing to gain market share. There's a long way to go. It's a fragmented industry, so there's a lot of regional players, there's a lot of mom and pops still out there, which creates an excellent opportunity for a company like ours and others in the sector. I don't see that reversing. In fact, I've seen that kind of continue to grow. There's been some headwinds in the capital markets, but I think for our companies that are properly capitalized, it creates an excellent opportunity. And then the states are facing pressures financially given the wind down of the stimulus monies that they'd received. And so that creates another excellent opportunity for companies like ours that can go in and supplement that capital source for the schools.
Lastly, you received an award for the company's sustainable building efforts, and charitable giving is a core part of your corporate culture. How do you and Campus Crest balance doing good with good business?
Well, I think first of all, good business is doing good. And for us, we've always had a corporate stewardship focus, and by that I mean a sustainability focus. So we balance economics, we balance social, and we balance environmental. And I think if you're a thoughtful leader, you're going to do that in your business. And so we were proud to get that award because for us it meant that we're doing some of the things we wanted to do right. That's a long-term vision for the company. And if you look at social responsibility of a company, it's our responsibility to do that. It also is our residents' responsibilities, our subcontractors' responsibilities. So we aggregate that energy and are able to do things not only socially but environmentally as well.
Ted, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
For more REIT news and